Hi, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of your Cornerstone course. I really appreciated all the hard work you did on the DAX assessment last week. I thought the discussions were really interesting. It sounds like many of you found that the self-regulated learning results were at least somewhat valuable, and I saw a lot of you making some great suggestions about how you could improve on some of those things that you felt needed improvement. And you also did a nice job discussing those things that you do well. I really appreciate that some of you added value to the discussion by talking about strategies that you already use in your life that work well and making suggestions for other students on how to use some strategies that maybe weren't in the assessment. And how you've used those in your life in order to improve on your learning and professionally. And I think that there's some great information in there for you to revisit throughout the course if you're looking for some strategies. Of course, if you did not find them useful, stick with what you find useful. It's okay to decide that not all of these strategies are for you. And so just continue on with what you're doing and maybe add some new tools if you feel it's appropriate for yourself. So this week, we're moving out of the introductory stage of the course, and we're going to be focusing on community building and comfort in the environment. So we're going to be thinking about critical thinking, the metacognition that you saw in the DAX assessment will become very important here. And we're going to be thinking more about argument and how to create arguments, construct them, how to debate, and we'll have some practice on that in our discussions. These are skills you're going to need to use in all of your future courses. And so they'll be important to the entire rest of the class, as well as courses you'll take in the future and your professional careers. You'll probably see how they can apply already in your lives with your relationships, both personally and professionally. And so we're going to be talking more about constructing those arguments in a way that is sound, reasonable, logical, and that fits in with what you'll be doing with your research. So the gold standard for academic research is the peer-reviewed journal. Some of you may have noticed on your comments that I asked what publisher published the article that you included in your milestone. It's important to find peer-reviewed journals because these are the journals that have the best information for your topic. These are the experts in the field, the kind of top people in that field, and so they're going to have the most dated and reputable opinions on these topics. So you'll be able to find those in the library, and so you should learn what journals you should become familiar with depending on the topic you chose. Find those sources for your research paper. And if you're having some trouble, you can always contact the librarian, and he or she or they can walk you through the databases and how to find some really great sources. So we're also going to be narrowing our topic for our papers down, and you're going to be writing a thesis. So it'll be important for you to read through the web text and check my comments on your thesis in the web text before you begin your milestone on the thesis statement. The web text is essential for writing the thesis statement because it gives you a formula to use to compose that thesis statement. And this formula we will be using in our research papers. And I'll comment on that in the web text, and then also, again, once you've completed the milestone for this module. And so then moving forward into this week's discussion, we're going to be practicing our debate skills. You're going to have the opportunity to choose one of two options for your topic, not for your paper topic, but there are two different topics available for you. And you only need to choose one of those topics. and you will be assigned either a pro or a con position depending on the last letter of your name. So for example, if your last name starts with A through K, you'll argue the pro position. If your last name starts with L through Z, you'll argue the con position. And it's okay if these positions don't match up with your personal beliefs. I would be very interested in hearing your personal beliefs after you've posted according to the guidelines for the assignment. And I'll probably prompt you to share some of your personal beliefs as well, because I do find your personal ideas on these interesting too. So reach out with any questions for this week. Have a great week, and I will see you in the discussion area.